Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Infinity Evolved Expert Mode. My name is Brink, and today I'm finishing up the structure for my future mob farm. And I'd like to take some time to do that today, to set up a mob farm, because we need resources that come directly from mobs, particularly the witches. I'm in short supply of redstone and glowstone, and I need some, so right now we're all lit up at this point. What I'm going to do is cut out a hole in the center that's a 3x3, and that'll give me enough room to make the mob drops from up here down to the bottom. And we don't need to do this, but I want to do this. I'm going to separate the mob essence mobs or generators to the resource mobs. Now, both of these provide resources because they'll be killed down there. But we have the auto spawner going to be down here instead of together. Usually you can put the spawner right above the auto spawner and that works fine. But just for visual sake, I'm going to separate them so that the auto spawner will be in this chamber. The mob essence generator mobs, which will be the witches, will be in this chamber. They'll be separated. And so we can turn them off and separate controls for each one. Now you'll notice I could do something like this and just get rid of this and then do the same on this side and get two separate spawner cages or mob spawners up here, put them right on top of each, and they'll flow just as well down there. But I think just for simplicity's sake, I'm going to just have one spawner. And if I ever want to change, I can easily just do that. It's not going to be an issue if I ever want to put the two spawners. But for now, I'm only going to use the one spawner. We're going to get rid of the previous temporary spot. Like I said, this was going to be temporary. And it turned out that way. We're going to grab this guy. And before I do set them down, though, did I make some room for cursed earth? I suppose I could land them up here and then remove this block and place the cursed earth after it. This will give me some control at least. So we'll grab the top guy. I believe is G. Yeah. Hopefully it'll stay with us. Our jetpack is kind of quick. Don't want to cause any issue where it falls out of my portal gun hand. And I believe I'm on top. Yeah, there it goes. And G again. And there we are. So we'll light this up a little bit because he might be able to start spawning. Yeah, we do need a little bit more light on this side though. You know what, let's just get it going and we can figure out what we'll do later as far as controlling it, if it does get out of hand or anything. But what I want to do now is get some conveyor belts. You know, the connections between the two via a bridge is pretty good. The structures holding up the place, you know, so it's nothing's hanging without help. You know, it's not floating, except for the entire base, of course, because I haven't figured out what I want to do with that yet. I'm probably gonna make a mountain underneath the base and have that held up by the mountain. So what we need now is to set up the auto spawner. And that we can do here. Let's get a center spot here and come down. I need two spaces above and then the auto spawner right under there. The auto spawner needs two spaces above and below. It's actually one block above and one block below, but with Enderman, if I ever use Enderman, they actually need 2 blocks above. It turns out that way. If that's the case, and I've seen that that's the case, then I'm wondering about ghasts. If I ever want to auto spawn ghast here, it may need even more than that. So for that reason, I think having at least 2 blocks above, it's a safe way to do it. So I'm going to leave it at 2, and we'll grab the auto spawner and have it here. We're going to need some conduits. Let's see what we have for conduits. We have this insulated redstone. Let's see, redstone conduit here. Now, I do have some insulated, though, somewhere. I'll need this energy conduit, definitely. Here's the insulated. And I need some item conduit. So let's put some of this stuff away. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I grabbed some glowstone just to make this go a little bit quicker. This actually makes the mobs fly faster through the conveyor belts. And even if you hold it down on a place that you've already done, it won't spread anymore. You notice I'm pressing the glowstone down, but it won't spread unless there is a conveyor belt that hasn't been spread upon. Oh, where are you coming from? Alright, I think I got it all. You can tell you get it all. For example, if I break this off and we grab that, let's grab it real quick. Alright, I'm not, don't seem to be grabbing it. But yeah, let's place a conveyor belt down and you can see the difference. You can see that this one's lagging very clearly. So that's an indicator that you missed one on the glowstone. So I checked all of these out. They do square away just fine. I think I got them all. So let's kill this guy real quick. And got some sticks out of that. But let's see. So the auto spawner is going to go down here. And that'll give us 2 spaces above. I should probably get another conveyor belt for the top of this auto spawner. Don't think it's really necessary because when one falls on top of it, it pushes the other one down. It doesn't matter. They fall off at one point or another. It really doesn't matter to me. Let's put the conduits down. But you know what I'm going to do though? I'm going to get some chests. And we're going to do a very nice mob farm system. One, you're probably going to want to favorite this video so that you can refer back to it. And I think you'll like it and want to use it because I'm going to make it simple to understand. If I show step by step every part of it, it'll make this very simple. What I'm going to do is make an input chest for the, what's it called? The safari nets and an output chest. And that is when you're done with it, it'll send a safari net right back again so you can use a different safari net in here. We're going to need a lever. And did I grab a lever? I did. We're going to need some signs as well. So we'll grab 2, 1 for each. This way I know which one's which. And let's label them. So this will be the insert. And this will be the done. So this is the finished one. When you're done with the auto spawner, you pull the lever and it'll be here. And that's where I'm going to place the lever, is right up here. And we can do it, let's see where we do it. Why don't we place it here? Yeah, let's see, or here. I think here would be better. We'll get rid of this and then we can run the conduit right below there. So it'll be here. Oh, didn't mean to aim it there. My aim is terrible. But I was trying to aim right below this block so that the block is charged. And here. Alright, so you know what? This is going to be sticking out. I want a block here though. So let's cover it up and this way I can conduit it around and figure out how I'm going to do this. So this conduit is already on the lever on the wall. I'm just going to drop it down and come around to here. And we don't really need to go here. No, we don't. We just need to go to the lever. That's awesome. Alright, so we don't really need to even turn around then to the chest. We can go straight toward the auto spawner, which is right here. Yeah, that'll work. And I think it's 3 away, so that'll work. And then we'll go straight across. Oops, my aim is bad. You'll notice that I placed the fans down. And I placed them underneath the auto spawner, which is a rare thing. You don't see a lot of people doing that. Since the first coming out of the fans from OpenBlocks, I've been testing them and I see that they go through walls. I used them on an innovative wisp design. I designed a wisp farm before anybody that I saw has done it. And it worked great. And the way I did it was by putting it behind a wall so that the wisps don't escape. And it worked fine. So from there, I started playing with putting fans under the ground. And I noticed that it has an access of... It doesn't blow anything above it from here. but it does blow one block above the fan here. But there's a block here. As you can see, this laboratory block is there. So it's blowing the laboratory block. And then 2 blocks away from it, it has a height of 1 block away or above. So it starts moving things 2 blocks away from the fan above the floor. And so that's why I aimed the fan right here so that it'll start, if anything falls here, it'll start blowing it here. It's 2 blocks above and 2 blocks away. So if I drop something here, it will blow it that way. I don't have it turned on yet. That's why it's not doing it at the moment. But so this lever should turn on. We're going to have to use a crescent wrench and see if we can connect to the block. There it goes. That's something a lot of people don't know either. You can connect to blocks as well. So is this on? Well, it looks to be on. I don't know. Let's turn it off and see if we see a difference. Yeah, that's off. Okay, that looks very different. So the next thing I want to do is get some item conduits and run it across from the Autospawner. Straight down. That is connected. Good. And we'll go all the way down and separate down there. We're going to fork down there to 2 different directions. One for the input and one for the output chest. So this one's going this way. We can get rid of this. Yeah. And we're going to have to aim from this chest right here. Why is this not sticking? There we go. Alright, so straight across all the way down to the Autospawner. And there we go. So we're going to do the same for this chest, but this one doesn't get the insulated conduit. It doesn't need it. We'll just go straight down to the Autospawner and meet up with it here. Oh, ran out of conduits. Okay, I'll have to make another. Or I could connect right across here, and that would be so much simpler and save a lot, because these conduits are not the cheapest in the world. They're quite expensive. So let's save on our conduits and just go across here. Since this distance between chests are so close, that's definitely a doable thing. Alright, so this one's going to be extract always. Awesome. This one's going to be insert. And let's see, insert. Yep. The thing is with this one, it's going to have to be coded so that it only pulls when we pull the lever. And that will be when this is set to blue. I'm going to set it to blue. Okay, so we have that on blue. Let's check to see if we set the Autospawner on blue now. So for item conduits, it's going to be green. That's the item itself. The extract, let's see, no, this has got to be insert and out. So insert will be green, extract will be blue and blue, so that the signal is blue, and the extract will go to the blue chest, which is this one. Redstone signal, only active when there is a redstone signal, so active with the signal, and that's fine. Let's see if I can make this any more complicated than I already have. I'm sure this is complicated for some people, but we'll have to facade this because I can sort of see it unless I use a slightly larger chest. One of those slightly large chests is what they're called. So let's see if we can go down. Let's grab a safari net and try this out. Should work. I think it'll work. Thought it was a monster there. Let's grab some passive mobs like a pink slime. Iron golem would be fine. How about a villager? That should be good. I don't think I need 2 safari nets, but just to in case I do need it. So here we go. Pink slime. It goes in automatically. You never need to not have it go in like a lever, because anything that's in here will go. That's what we're trying to do. So should be in here, and there it is. Now let's say, because I'm going to have glass here blocking me so I don't get killed, Let's say I want to retrieve that pink slime into this chest. As you can see, it's an empty chest. I'll click the lever and it didn't pull. So I did something wrong. Let's take a look down here at the lever. Aha, here it is. It's got to be on blue because it's sending a signal only on blue. Let's just check to make sure. This signal should be blue. Yeah, I believe that's the way it goes. Let's see. There it goes. Okay, so that worked. Let's just try it again real quick. I'm going to use the villager, and it pulled correctly. Now if we turn the lever to off, the villager should not be here. And there it is. It's not there. So when we want to retrieve the villager, we just do that, and there it is. Okay, so it works. Now I just need to cover this up with some dark glass. Let's take a look upstairs to see if there's anything missing from up here. We may want to cover this area up. There is one block of space above and plenty of space below for them to spawn. You only need 4 blocks, so up to here is fine. So we can wall this up from this point down, or maybe from this point since we have the conveyor belts. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So let me go make some dark glass. Let's take a look at the recipe though. Dark glass. Oh, there's some different glass here. Dark green pigmented glass. I wonder if this prevents spawns also. This might be nice to use as something different, but it's botany, and I haven't started that mod yet, so it may take me a while to get up to that level. We have this and reinforce, which is probably just obsidian. Yeah, it is. So we don't need that since they're not going to be blowing up. We only have one type of mob spawning there. Sand and glass mixed together. Pretty simple to do. Let's grab a stack of that. Maybe we can grab 2 stacks. I'm sure we're going to need more. And then we need this, which is just wool. Yeah, just wool in shape of a door. So let me smelt this up and we should be good to go. Now I want to show you what I did in between episodes off camera. Not only have I set up a smelter for, and here's an alloy smelter. I set up a smelter only for alloys, as you can see. All of these are patterns. And so you can see what it takes to build each one of these alloys. And it's interfaced with the ME system. But I also have an alloy smelter set to furnace mode only, because there are a few things that we need to cook instead of just alloy together. Rubber is one, but there's so many other things. I haven't gotten around to putting all the patterns in there. And then we have one for sag milling. So far I have pulverized coal, which I've needed a lot for. Also off camera, I don't like to spend a whole lot of time talking about what I've done off camera. Doesn't help you a whole lot, but I just wanted to show you I did build a couple more solar panels, and I think I have enough iridium to make yet another. And so when we get to 8, we'll have one huge beast of a solar panel that can work day and night with super high power. That would be awesome. All right, let me get to smelting this sandy glass, and then I will bring you back once we're ready to continue. All right, I got my drawbridge, I got my levers. We are ready to set up the shutoff system. I've covered this all up with dark glass. As you can see, we have our cage up here. All of this. Ooh, I totally forgot about this side. I did that side and then went upstairs to finish up the upstairs. But yeah, I still have to make some more glass apparently. What I want to do is get 4 sides of this so that it's covered entirely for light. And I think what I can do is probably go on these corners. Although I think it would be easier to measure if we take the center parts instead. Now there was light up here to prevent spawns up here. So I think I'll leave this and I will take the corners instead. Let's do the corners. And so the drawbridge should be facing upward. So let's just hover up here as we face upward. Let's access it. We'll enter this. That's not the one I wanted. It must be this one. And that covers up the blocks. It camouflages it to make it look like it's a regular block there. So we'll take all 3 of the rest of the sides here. And then we can easily mark off which one needs to be done so I don't get confused. And we'll point it downward on all of these. This one's done. So we'll do this one and this one. Cool. Now I just need to cover these up. And then we can still access them even though they are camouflage. It's not an issue. Just like that. Alright, let's head down, and we have an escape here still. What we're going to need is some glowstone, and we're going to have to convert it. I don't think I have any glowstone blocks. I don't. Alright, so let's make a few. And I think I'll carry some with me because I don't know exactly how many I need. Let's just take a few. Let's see, maybe 20. It might be more than we need, but that's fine. Okay, so we can access this. And let's place, to start, just 5. And we'll give that a try. Let's lay down a lever. I guess I'll put it on the side so it doesn't show up so much. But there it goes down, and it actually went further than we needed to go. So definitely 5 is too much. Let's go with maybe 2 and see how far that goes. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit more than 2. So we'll try 3. We'll head down there and see how far it went. That's actually far enough. Ooh, it actually broke a conveyor belt. So what I'll do, I'll go just one more down. And we'll do it the same for each of them. So they're all going to be 4. Oops. Alright, let's turn them on so that they're all down. And we can work out the bugs in case there is any. This one didn't go down. Let's see. Okay, so that's all fine. Now we need to retrieve that conveyor belt. It should be down here. And I don't see it. So it might be on me? No, it isn't. So where did that conveyor belt go? Did it fall down here? I don't see it. I'll have to make another one. I guess it destroyed it? I didn't think it'd do that. But that's fine. We have 10. Let's just take 1. Very good. All looking good so far. I'm liking it. Let's work up here. And I'm going to need the glowstone, in fact. I totally forgot about that. To make it go fast. Do have some. And there it goes. Okay, so that's all even. I do see the conveyor belt. It's somewhere around here. It's stuck somewhere here. Did I grab it? It may be that I need to bring up the drawbridge for it to release. It's probably trapped behind a drawbridge somewhere. These conveyor belts have always been known to be somewhat glitchy. They'll hold an item for a while before it releases. So that's all done. Now we just need the grinder system, and I'd like to show you how I'm going to set that up. I do have a grinder already made. I've been doing some on and off small grindage here and there. We have 3 left over, so that's fine. Grinder. Oh, it's probably in this bag here. Yes, it is. Alright, so we're going to need some conduit. And we didn't wire up the conduit for the other stuff yet. We're going to need some fluid conduit as well. And a drum. And we do have an empty. I do have mob essence drum back at the spawn. I should grab that, but this is fine. Alright, so what I'm going to do is give this a little bit of power. This will power the whole system, in fact. Except for the mob spawner, which doesn't need any power. But let's see. So all of the fans are pushing toward the center. That being the case, you know what? I should have grabbed a precision hammer because some people may not know this, but with my factory reloaded blocks or machines, many times they actually have a range that's higher and lower than people might expect. So you can see that it actually goes 3 blocks in front above. That is to say 2 blocks above the block. 3 blocks total. So that being the case, we can actually place this grinder down below the spawning system, and that'll give us a little bit of help with killing our mobs. If we face it this way toward that is the center. I'm going to face it so that we are, let's see, so it's 1, 2, the center, which is 3, and then 4 and 5. So this whole square will be killed, and that is cool. Now, Tesseract, do I have a spare? I do. And we will power this. Oh, but we don't have any conduit yet. We have to conduit it so far. Okay, we have some mob essence there already. Let's power this up. We only need power from here up. We don't need any power in that direction. So let's power this here. And this will go straight up to the Autospawner, which also needs power. And so now that is powered. Very good. Now we can go ahead and give it a try with a passive mob if we wanted to. The grinder should be working. Let's just take an inspection of it for a second. And there it is. Now, one thing though, we need to send items to our ME system. So, item send, power receive. Mob essence. I forgot about that. Mob essence send. So that'll be that way. And it'll send to what we can send it to. How are we going to get our fluid up all the way up there? Oh, we can run another conduit just here. In fact, we don't need another tesseract. We can just conduit straight up. We'll put it underneath the grinder, and there it gets filled. Now the fluid conduit coming out of the tank, we don't have to go from the bottom because of gravity. We can go from the side and it'll be fine. Up to here. And let's extract always. And that should work. Now, we don't have to worry about it wasting because it'll only operate while the autospawner is turned on. That is to say, when there is a safari net inside the autospawner is when it will turn on. So it looks like this didn't stick here, or did I put too many on there already? It's hard to tell when it's on. Let's get rid of that and that. And so I think I got it there. Oh, you know what it is? We have mob essence in it, so connecting to it is an issue. Let's go instead from the autospawner down. This way we know that there's nothing inside the pipe. And it looks to be the pipe appearing on this side of the batch. So we'll go here. And it looks like maybe there is pipe already here. That might be what's giving me a trouble here. So we'll just run the entire thing over again. Right there. Perfect. Okay, item conduit. What's next? Energy conduit. And redstone conduit. Everything's connected, I believe. Except for this fluid conduit, which is the last part. So we're connecting from the drum and down. And so now, if we extract all, it should send from the drum up. We just need to kill a few things to get some mob essence. So let's go ahead and try the system out. Hope I'm not forgetting anything. Except for the dark class, I have to cover it up, but I'll pick a passive mob. We have a sheep. Let's put this in here. It'll send automatically until we pull it out, but I think we have this to pull, and it is pulling. Okay, so I'll have to put a sign up here. So let's see. Now sheep is here because it's up. Up equals return. Down equals working. Let's do that instead. Okay, so let's grab the sheep, set this to down so that it starts working, and we should get sheep now. And hopefully, oh, I forgot to turn on the fans. Well, while that's operating, oh, it's not going to operate because it has no mob essence. We have to turn these fans on so that they get pushed to the center. Alright guys, welcome back. And you're probably wondering, why am I saying welcome back? It hasn't been a long time, has it? Yeah, it's been about an hour. I took a break. And I ran into a snag, a little bit of a trouble, a little bit of a problem. It was actually lit inside this chamber where the witches are supposed to spawn, and I didn't realize it. Ironically, the first scene of this video was me placing down the carpenter blocks with glowstone, and that was illuminating the entire chamber, and I didn't realize it. So I've since moved the carpenter block one block back. So this one is a regular abyssal, and now this is the carpenter block, as you can see in the Wayla. So this is lit, and now the chamber is dark, and the witches are spawning. So now we should be able to get some mob essence. And there they are, being killed by the grinder from below. And now we can go ahead and give it a try. Here's the sheep. We're going to turn this on to working and put this in. So that it gets sent over to the autospawner, and now sheep should begin to spawn once the witches give their mob essence. And there's the sheep. It just takes a few essence for them to start spawning. So the grinder is delivering the juices over to the ME system. If we take a look over here and look at wool, yeah, it's been collecting quite a bit, and we'll see the numbers keep going up. Yeah, there was a change, there was another change, so it is working. The only thing is, now I need to try it with a lot of different mobs. I'm going to be working with blazes as well, so let's give that a try. And hopefully I didn't do it, so I gotta remember to put the switch back up whenever I want to switch to another mob. Let's just toss this one in there as a library. But blazes should begin to spawn in a second, and there they go. Okay, so the system is working, and I'm going to set up an automated system to turn on and off the fans and send it to a lever. Probably place it over here. I don't know that I really need to. I may not do it, but yeah, I changed up a couple of things. I moved the Tesseract over from here because it was causing issues with the conduit turning off the Tesseract, so it's much easier to place it back here. That's where I placed it. Everything else is the same. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you all next time.